I need better theme music. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. YY Crypto, and we are talking about none other than Xrp and Ripple. Let's go to slightly large mode. So I'm watching YouTube videos the other day, and I'm looking at the comments, and somebody replies, Xrp sucks. I had to think about it, and I was like, it kind of does. I mean, there's a lot of coins out there that just dominated XRP. But I don't think you realize what, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is this really a coin that, you might be interested in? And I think if you realized how much was at play, who knows, you might like it. So we're going to go to super tiny mode, which is this one. And we're going to shrink it down here. And we are on the XRP website. I'm going to have a little drink. Delicious. So this is the XRP ledger. And its claim to fame was, 3 to 5 second settlements, low cost, fractions of pennies, scalable, up and down, up and down, up and down. And if you look at it on CoinMarketCap, you can see the joy where all those comments come from. So if you go to the old time, you go back quite a ways, 2015. At one point, this coin was beating Ethereum. So imagine this was the shopping mall that Ethereum was, and you're paying almost zero gas fees. So they pay to play, right? This could have been just a total euphoria, but they didn't pay off the right people, and they said, hell with you, I'm not paying. So you have your all-time high at a glorious garbage, a couple bucks, then crashes down. You rally again, $1.80, crashes down. Here we are. And it's just sideways movement. You can probably expect sideways movement even when we thought that, 2021, we thought, hey, this thing could do $10. The lawsuit's going to be over with. All this potential is going to hit. And it never did it. The lawsuit wasn't over with. The lawsuit is still not over with, but it's not the lawsuit that really matters. It's the utilization of the tech by the banks. And when they utilize it, they'll create massive amounts of liquidity pools that they'll have to draw from. That's where you're going to get your value. So the question is what type of money are we talking? So I asked good old buddy Claude, and Ripple is doing, so you have XRP, and the company behind XRP is Ripple. So there's two phases of utilization of the coin. One is Ripple's Xrapid. So Xrapid is a product aimed to facilitate cross-border payments. Everything we've been talking about. And if you're not familiar with Swift, which is the product this is trying to replace, it is a big, big industry. So the key behind Xrapid is to provide demand liquidity, blah, 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 cross-border payments. So a payment originator sender bank would initiate a payment. So basically you have two versions. So you have Xrapid, and I believe the other one is Xcurrent. Xrapid is the one we want, where they're utilizing XRP. And the main factor, let's see if we can find it here. Good old Claudicus, see what it says. This is basically explaining how they're going to do it. You transfer it, but the main key, let's see, here it is right here. So the use of XRP as a bridge currency eliminates the need to have pre-funded Nostro Vostro. So what that means is you have XRP using Xrapid Or you have Ripple, which a bank can use Xcurrent. Now, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to talk about Xcurrent for a minute, and I'll explain the difference. So Xcurrent, kind of, they can utilize their existing banking system. It's an easy foot in the door, and it's by Ripple. So, enterprise software, they get all the goodies there. So you're kind of thinking like, what the what? Why am I holding XRP? Or why is Ripple offering two services? So you kind of feel like you're getting stabbed in the back a bit. So, Xcurrent, called Ripple Xcurrent, this is Ripple's enterprise software solution that enables banks to instantly settle cross-border payments with end-to-end tracking. However, it doesn't use XRP. So now you read this and you're like, what the what? Go F yourself. Xrapid, discussed earlier, was Ripple's product that used XRP as a bridge currency liquidity cross-border transactions. So what we end up with is we have two things that are very quick, and you're starting to think, well, who's going to go with what? This is huge. If you're not familiar with this, banks have to hold massive amounts of liquidity when they're transferring money. And that's kind of where the money's tied up. This is interesting because even though they get the speed of Ripple, so it's going to be an interesting showdown here. I was trying to figure out, what is a better project for adoption? You're going to go Xrapid, you're going to go Xcurrent. So what's the real showdown? So between Xrapid and Xcurrent has better prospects for adoption. So it's easier to use with legacy systems, at least in the short to medium term. However, Xcurrent did not require banks to use the XRP, which kind of screws us over for holding the crypto. It allows banks to settle cross-border payments faster using the Ripple enterprise blockchain technology. You're like, you bastards. Provides messaging settlement with managing capabilities, blah, blah, blah. As we go on, can integrate with banks' existing systems more easily. So that's huge. Avoid regulatory uncertainties. So good old USA suing the company with XRP. So now Xrapid, on the other hand, requires institutions to hold and trade XRP cryptocurrency. So Xrapid means these liquidity pools of XRP are going to be blowing into the market. Now, it's faster cross-border payments, right? Eliminated the need for nostro-vostro accounts, unlocked trapped liquidity. This is the biggest one right here. This right here is a game changer for all banks. And this is what makes this sexy. Benefits are highly dependent on XRP liquidity, universal adoption. So, you kind of got to adopt the XRP token. Skepticism from banks around regulation. So they're a little bit uncertainty on volatility and regulation. So as Ripple needs to kind of tie this up, and then, oddly enough, the United States is asking for $1 billion. Most of these companies get sued. It's like 100 million, 10 million, something of that nature. For the SEC to ask for $1 billion, they have to know the value that this company's dipping their toes in. So don't quite throw away your XRP quite yet. So while Rapid's use was innovative, Xrapid's use of XRP was innovative. It represented a bigger departure from legacy payment systems, which is the whole point, to replace SWIFT. Banks have been historically risk averse, volatility. They want something that they can count on. Xcurrent, on the other hand, improves correspondence banking using blockchain tech, but allowed more gradual transition for banks. So, they don't have to just jump ship right away. They can ease into it. So in the short run, Xcurrent was having lower barriers for adoption. It worked with fiat currencies, within a more traditional banking content. However, XRP became highly liquid and regulated. Xrapid could have offered greater long-term efficiency gains. So, how much long-term gains? All right, so it's difficult to qualify. Oh. So, this is what you have to understand. So, Xrapid eliminates the need for Nostrovaso accounts, which tie up billions in capital. So, this is really what is the sole. Go to hell, Claude. Doing a video, man. This is the sole purpose of XRP. Is this little highlight here. So Ripple estimates the potential cost savings to be 15 to 20 billion per year. So if you're going to use Xrapid, you're going to save 15 to 20 billion just by using it, just by freeing up those accounts. So that's why we're holding the silly coin. So not to mention, as we scroll down further, by using XRP bridge currency, Xrapid could source instant liquidity on demand instead of banks holding ideal piles of cash reserves for various currencies. Lower liquidity means cheaper cross-border transactions for banks and end-to-end users. So you're not dealing with all of this, up and down of multiple currencies. You kind of solve the problem with XRP. It's extremely fast, 3 to 5 seconds, which we saw in the other one, compared to 3 to 5 days. Now, 3 to 5 days through traditional correspondence banking, that's your SWIFT, and unfortunately, Ripple's offering a service faster than that with Xcurrent. But in 3 to 5 days, a currency can change, and that's huge. 3 to 5 seconds is amazing. So we really need to see who adopts what. So let's say they go with Xrapid. This is where it is the juice or the squeeze. So here we go. In the long run, if Xrapid saw widespread adoption, can simplify banks, back office, blah blah blah. Let's see. So Xrapid can translate into cost savings 40-70 cents compared to traditional border payments. So really, they just need to end that lawsuit. But this is something to think about right here. So cross-border payments, market size. Everyone's always talking about market. Bitcoin this, S&P that. Look at this. So basically, bank-to-bank settlement payments flows between bank payments, right? So you're looking at a 30 trillion market in 2017. $30 trillion. So that's another reason to hold XRP. Is it worth it? Is the gamble worth it? 30 trillion. And you're telling me you can do it in 3 to 5 seconds. Now let's say that you take that 30 trillion and you cut it in half or whatever it might be, right? Because you're going to save quite a bit of money using that 30 to 70%. But you're still talking trillions of dollars that could potentially flow into XRP. That's why we're holding it. And it's a light switch, guys. It's not like, we're just going to dip our toes. If they're going to dip their toes into the water, they're going to use Xcurrent. If they're going to dip their toes into Xrapid, they have to have liquidity pools of XRP, and they will buy them massively. You're talking billions, if not trillions, of XRP. So take that market cap it, think about it. So, let's see. Banks have parked around 5 to 7 trillion in operating capital. So that's just to do Nostrovaso accounts. So the proposition would eliminate 5 to 7 trillion. I guarantee you they're going to use liquidity pools, though. They have to have them. So it could source liquidity on demand. Yeah, here we go, real time. So they're still going to have liquidity pools. They're going to cut the cost down 40 to 70%, but you're still looking even a small percentage. So here we go. 5 to 10% of the $30 trillion cross-border flows through Xrapid. Massive. That's why you're holding XRP. Is it worth it? Can you dig it, sucker? Who knows? Let me go back to regular mode. Oh, look at that logo. That was made very quickly. So that's why you're holding XRP, for the potential to tap into $1 trillion of banking, at least in the multi-billions. And I think you're going to start seeing that. You'll start to see, if banks are going to adopt this, you're going to see this massive liquidity pool of XRP being bought. If they're going to adopt the current system, you'll probably see Ripple stock just start cranking. But one or the other. So you need to decide if you're going to hold it or not. But to say it's not that great, it's potential. It's the same reason people are buying Hondo right now, is the potential for RWAs. It's the same reason why all these things spike up when you hear different major corporations thinking about using a particular coin. Just the thought of, maybe Google investing in something would be massive. And actually using it, in day-to-day operations. Because you got to think, a lot of these cryptos, they're kind of used, but, they're not really used primary. Whereas if you get something like XRP, is going to be used as a primary coin in, Xrapid. So, interesting. But I wanted to give you a little highlight. So you can still say it sucks, but in 2 to 6 years, it could still suck, or it could just be worth trillions. And what would that do to the market cap? What if XRP has $1 trillion market cap? Come on, get out of here. So that's all I got for you today, or tonight. I'm going to hit the good old stop recording. But think about that the next time you're XRP uncertain.